Hi, I'm Leanne Ely. I'm a nutritionist, a New York Times best-selling author, and some people even say I'm a life coach. I started the Daily Dish Show to share my story, my truth, and my journey to vibrancy, and to inspire others to do the same. Because it's all about grit, perseverance, and finding a way despite the odds. It's about embracing the whole woman, not just the parts that are easy to love, and feeding her heart, mind, body, and soul. But I found that this isn't just my story, it's your story too. It's go time. This is the Daily Dish. It's go time! Hey everybody, I look kind of sloppy today. I don't know. These are cute little overalls, but they don't look good in this. Whatever. Hello, Catherine, Alice, Jocelyn. Good to have you here. Doris, it's nice to see you again. And, isn't it good to be here? Isn't it good to be among friends? Helen, so nice to see you. This week is really, it's about getting our heads straight. I love that, don't you? Jackie, hi. And, it is always, I always use little snippets of my life to pull things together. And the one thing that I was thinking, I just keep looking at like these different programs, reading these different books. The quote of the week just nailed me to the wall. It's going to nail you to the wall too. Trish, hi. And here it is. You ready? Deborah, you ready? The magic you're looking for is in the work you're avoiding. Did anybody just get hit in the head with a cosmic 2x4? Have you noticed that? Like, we are seekers of the secret, the special sauce, the magic. What if we just did the work? What if we just said, enough of that, enough of this exploration, enough of this research. How about if I just get in there and do it? Do what I know. Do one thing, right? I did that this weekend. I was like, gosh, I don't know. Is this the right program for me? Do I need to be doing? You know what? I just need to do it is the thing. I just need to be on it. It needs to be a part of what it is that I do. And I'll tell you, avoiding and waiting is an enemy. Avoiding and waiting is an enemy, because then what's going to happen, right? What's going to happen? We're going to find ourselves sitting there with the same results because we haven't done any work. So keep that in mind. If you are ever thinking about that and just thinking, I just need to find the right, and it needs to be the this and it needs to be the that. Does it? Or does what you need to do mean that you get up off that couch and you do something? And I'm talking to you, Leanne. There is no better program. Right, Catherine, exactly. Martha, I'm so glad to see you. Anyway, that's a walloper. And it's interesting because today's we're going to be talking about affirmations, because I've been working those hard this whole week, personally for myself. And also that's what our special of the week is. We have an affirmation deck that I absolutely adore, and it starts with I am and of course, because those are such incredible needle movers for your brain. And this is our affirmation deck. And of course, you'll have stuff that says I am more than enough. And then on the other side, it'll say, of course, I'm capable of achieving greatness, right? When you're saying, of course, your brain is saying, oh yeah, that's who we are. Your brain lines up with that. Remember, we are always working on our brains, because our brains are the ones that make the determination whether we move forward or not. Our brains are the ones that set us up for success, right? We have to keep remembering this big thing up here is the thing that needs to be on your side for you to be able to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish in your life, whatever it is. So that's why I love these affirmation decks. They come with a little stand, of course. So, you've got this sitting there looking at you and changing your mind. That's what they're about. Hi, Linda. And then that's number one. And then number two, you're going to get this free mindful mug. This one, you can choose a yellow. We've got red, yellow. I don't know. There's several of them. You'll find them at savingdinner.com/show. This one says, don't get mad about the results you didn't earn from the work you didn't do. How about that clobbering you on? That's another cosmic 2x4, isn't it? It's just like the quote of the week. Those are heavy. But you know what? Heavy's good. Heavy's good because it makes us think and it makes us hopefully act. So there you go. Who's coming tonight, by the way? Red, pink, yellow, and white mindful mugs are available to choose from. How about that? How many mindful mugs can a girl want? That's your favorite one, Catherine? This one, it's not my favorite, but it's my favorite. I know what you mean. It is. It's a cosmic 2x4, isn't it? The red one's good too. Anyway, okay. So tonight is the Ultimate Sprint webinar. Tonight is talking to you about what the Ultimate Sprint webinar is all about and unpacking it all. Who's going to be there? At 7 p.m. tonight, Eastern. That's at savingdinner.com/us, US. And I sure hope you're going to show up. This is the reason why. I'm going to explain some of these things that are really critical, crucial for women of a certain age, and why we do the things that we do, how it makes us feel, how much better it makes us feel. Well, Jackie, if you don't have the white one, you know what to do. My girl Nancy's in the house. Cheers. Here's to you, Mother Hen. So, I'm just going to say, go get it while you can. So you'll get an affirmation deck, okay? You will get the little stand to put the cards on, and you will get, for free, one of these mindful mugs, and you get to choose. We've got red and yellow, black and white. I don't know. What do we have? What colors again do we have? I don't know. Jenny's got it there. But we have got the red, we've got the yellow, we've got the, pink, and we've also got white. So there's a bunch to choose from. So if you want more for your collection, go get it. Come on. That's what we do. All right, that's it. So lots of you are coming tonight. I know I just saw, okay, who did I just see? I think it was Martha who said that. She's going to be there. Denise, hello. It's going to be fun. It's always fun when we get together, isn't it? All right. So free shipping, blah, blah. There, it's right there. Helen's going to be there. Great. Sue, hello. Good to have you here. So let's talk about the power of affirmations. I'm going to be talking about this week. And I know this is probably, maybe you've heard this before. Maybe we've talked about it before. But the reason I want to go over this is because it still is such an earthquaking moment, isn't it? It is. The power of affirmations cannot be overstated. And I want to break them down. I want to give you a little bit of science. I'll give you a little bit of the reasons why, all the things that you need to know about this, because I am so in love with affirmations, and I've seen how they can change your mind, and I've seen how they can change everyone. Come on, people. Can you just leave me alone? Anyway, that's my pickleball group going crazy right now. If you're hearing all the dings. So when we use affirmations, what we are doing is we are literally training our brains. That's what this is all about, and this is why it is so crucial and so absolutely needle moving. It is mind blowing too, when you allow the power of affirmations to really get in there and do its work. And there's ways that you can do it where it's not just rote blah, blah, blah. It's like really boom in there, right? It's incredible. All right, so let's break it down. First of all, we know that affirmations, this is the other thing that I like about them. They're positive always. It's a single sentence, so they're short and sweet and wonderful. And also, it's a clear statement, and it's aimed at you and your brain so that you can manifest exactly what it wants. And you know what it does too? And this is the other part of the secret sauce, speaking of magic. It embeds itself in your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind is the thing that's doing most of the work, by the way. Did you know that? And did you know your subconscious mind is one of the reasons why we are people who train ourselves by meditating? because that opens up the subconscious mind. And so, can you imagine meditation plus affirmations? Hello, incredible stuff. So, they're not just, oh, this makes me feel good. It makes me feel good to say I am more than enough. But it isn't just feel good quotes or motivational phrases. This affirmation thing serves a deeper purpose. So let's look at what those are. Let's look at how they work. Let's look at some of the science behind them. And let's look at how to effectively use them. Because I have several things for you. Okay? Several things. And let's start first with what is an affirmation. I mean, you know what an affirmation is, but do you know the definition of an affirmation? Here it is. An affirmation is a statement of positivity that one repeats to oneself in order to challenge and overcome. Challenge and overcome, those are your two key words, self-sabotaging and negative thoughts. Because you know what? The negative thoughts, they have free reign with us, don't they? They just come tumbling out. They're old. They are rehearsed. They have neural pathways. They've built structures in your brain. I want you to know that. Because as you know, if you neglect a structure, it will start to cave in on itself and fall down eventually. Where I live, right here in this beautiful lake, there is one house that has been neglected and the roof is just starting to cave in. I think it's a hoarder house. There's so much stuff inside. And, you know, it's one of the most beautiful lots on this lake. And it's just such a tragedy. That's your brain, though. It is such a tragedy when you don't take care of it and you allow things to cave in on itself, all the good stuff that you're doing. But for the negative stuff, what if you built a house of shame? What if you built a house of negativity? What if the house that has hoarded all these awful negative thoughts starts to cave in on itself? It can from neglect. And you know, nature abhors a vacuum. So we neglect that and we instead bring ourselves to the place of affirmations. Okay? And there's a deliberate, good way to do affirmations. And there is a way that is going to train your brain so that you can have that caving in house of negativity happening inside of your brain. It can happen. I don't care how many years. It's, first of all, a belief in yourself. And second of all, there is science that shows and proves it to be true. So, first of all, there is neuroplasticity. Now, you understand that. Neuroplasticity is how we make things happen in our brains. And there's a bit of a flexibility there. There's a bit of a flow. And it's our brain's way and the ability to rewire and reshape itself. And what do you think does that? Words. Words and emotions. Words and emotions have that kind of an impact and that kind of power on your brain to change it up and to change the whole trajectory of your life. I want you to grasp that because what is it? We're talking about words and emotions. And they're wrapped up in this little package called affirmations that are just incredible if you allow them to do the work that they're meant to do. So there's also your reticular activating system, which is, to me, is one of the most amazing gifts from God himself on the planet, because the reticular activating system is your sonar. You know, it's you as a heat-seeking missile going out there and looking for evidence to support the things that you want. So if we re-gear ourselves, our words, our emotions, and our reticular activating system is like, got it, accepted the direction, and is going to go out there and start changing things up because you're changing your words, because you're changing your emotions. And especially as you start to take action and do all of these things, I can't even tell you how incredible that is. It's amazing. So remember, it as your reticular activating system, its sonar is also a filtration system because it's going to filter out the things that don't apply. You know how your reticular activating system is. If you've ever said, I want to buy XYZ car, You know, my son, I told my son about this because I remember he wanted to buy this Honda Element. And suddenly he was just seeing Honda Elements all over the road. Is it because they weren't there before? No, it's because he wasn't tuned into them before. They are there. And you tune in to what it is that you're seeking. So the imperative importance of this word, of just how your words and your emotions are creating that, I just can't emphasize that enough. You are going to get what it is that you seek. And that's what your reticular activating system is doing. So if you're constantly speaking crap about yourself, constantly putting yourself down, constantly staying in that whole negative thing, you're going to get more of the same, because that is your attractant. That's what you're baiting. You know, you might say, I'm out there, and you're out there fishing, and you're putting a certain type of bait on your hook, and you're going, why am I pulling in all these bass? I don't want bass, I want trout. Well, you've got the wrong bait on the hook. That's what happens to us when we aren't aware of this magic of the reticular activating system. I mean, can you imagine? God put that in us. He gave that. It's a gift. All we have to do is train it up. So that's what an affirmation is going to do. It's going to train up your brain the way it should go, like a child, right? Isn't that so fabulous? So easy, so simple. And you know what else it does? It has a massive impact on your subconscious, because we do so many things under the radar. And our subconscious, when we're the most aware of our subconscious, when we're most able to touch our subconscious, really, is as we're falling asleep and as we're waking up. And that's why it's so good to meditate both of those times. And I do most of the time, put on an evening meditation as we're going to sleep, because it opens your brain up, and it's like dropping in information. It's like making a big healthy deposit. And you know what this does? These repeated affirmations do to your subconscious mind. They penetrate it. Boy, can you imagine doing this in the morning and in the evenings and repeating those affirmations? It's going to influence your behavior. It's going to influence your habits. It's going to influence your actions. That's how huge this is. And I'm going to bring it back. It's words and it's emotions. That's it. That's how we work affirmations. We don't have to then do something crazy. We don't have to then go put money in an account to pay for these affirmations. We just do them. We just do them. We repeat the words. We put a little emotion behind them just because we want this. And then we watch, we expect, and we see, because this is how affirmations work. You know what else it does? It reduces your stress. Isn't that great? It reduces your stress. Hey, Linda, Jeanette, good to have you here. Autumn. It reduces your stress because studies have shown, again, more studies, I love this stuff, that practicing positive affirmations can decrease your stress. What do you think all that negativity is doing? Upping your cortisol, making you just a little nuttier, making you a little bit, choking. So when we view ourselves in a positive light, because that's what affirmations are doing, when we do that, what's happening? Our performance goes up, our happiness goes up, and our ability to handle challenges increases. We don't just get over, oh, I'm so overwhelmed. We don't do that. We say, yeah, I got this. I can handle this. That's the power of affirmations. So how do we use them? Well, number one, you need to be specific. So a lot of times people will say, well, I'm successful. How about I am successful at fill in the blank? That is more specific. And when we do that, I am more, okay, so I am successful. I am successful at leading my team to X, Y, and Z. I am successful at, staying on my plan. I'm on the ultimate sprint, for example. I am successful at whatever. Because when we do that, guess what happens when we do that? Our brain is saying, oh, successful at that, right? General success, your brain is like, okay, successful at I don't know. And if your brain doesn't know, your brain's not going to do, right? We're training. It's like having a dog. What do you have to do over and over and over again to get a dog to sit? Keep doing it. You keep working with them. You keep all the things. Getting your dog to, and then they're challenging. The different tasks you want your dog to do, it's challenging. It's on repeat. And it's, oh, good. Yes, good dog, good dog, good dog. And then no, the dog learns. The dog hears the emotion. And you know what my trainer told me? It's like, they love that high-pitched voice. They love that high thing. So I'll say, Lincoln, what a good little dog you. I mean, it's, pretty whatever. And he just eats it up. What do you think I'm reinforcing with him? Doing a good job, Paul. Walking alongside me, not pulling on the leash, being a good boy, catching the ball, bringing it back, all of that. That's our brains. We can do it, but it has to be on repeat. And it has to be with emotion. And it has to be present tense. And it has to be specific. We also have to practice it daily. Practice and repetition is everything, just like training a dog. Does your dog, I don't know about you, my dog's smart. I have a smart dog. It didn't take him long, but it did mean a lot of repetition. And if you just then repeated it, he got it, and then just went away and then forgot to do anything more, do you think he would know it now, 2.5 years later? Of course not. Can't know something. You can't know something if you haven't done it in a long, long time. You're going to be rusty at it. You might go, oh yeah, it's kind of familiar. But if we do this, and we're working on these of course things, we're training our brain, we're going directly to our brain, and saying to your brain, you already know how to do this. And your brain's going to go, oh, of course I do. Reticular activating system, looking for evidence to support this. It's kind of a shortcut to do this. And the I ams are empowering. That's why this deck is just amazing. And then we can visualize as we're going through this as well. Because, visualizing as you speak or think your affirmation, the visualization part puts it into reality. It helps to enhance the impact. And I'll tell you something, when you do this, it changes everything. So the other thing I want you to do too is also feel the emotion behind it. Evoke it. Call in those emotions, because if your affirmation is about confidence, start feeling that way. Just start. Even you don't have to feel confident. A lot of times people think, well, I got to feel confident before I can do anything. Well, you can do something and then feel confident afterwards, because oftentimes it comes and scoops you up in the back. It's just showing you how important it is that you do something. And then write them down. Write them down. Use your 3x5 cards. Use these. Put them in your journal. Whatever it is that you do. When you do this, again, you move the needle. You're always moving the needle. You're writing it down. You are, especially with your hand in your journal, and you're just writing down. Choose something that really resonates with you. Choose something and start saying it on the regular. So here's a couple of examples you could use. I am deserving of love and peace and joy. Every day I go stronger and more resilient. I trust the journey and its outcome is another one. Affirmations are one of the most powerful tools in your toolbox. They don't have to cost anything. They just need to be used on the regular. And it can reshape and direct your thoughts toward the desired outcome that you want. And remember, they're rooted in psychology. They're also rooted in science and in your brain, in how your brain operates. And their consistent use will bring to you transformative changes in your life. It's a promise. So understand the significance, understand the power of a simple affirmation. And don't keep looking for all the secrets and all the secret sauces and all of that, because this is one of the biggest secret sauces you'll have. This is one of the biggest needle movers you can use in your life. And if you use it consistently, I promise it will change everything. It will change everything. It will change you deeply. tomorrow we're going to get into some ways to use affirmations, and I can't wait. It's going to be really juicy. So I hope you'll be there. Meanwhile, tonight, savingdinner.com/us. That's the Ultimate Sprint webinar starting at 7 p.m. Eastern. We still have seats available, so go grab it. Can't get in there without a reservation. And if you missed any of the other announcements, that's at savingdinner.com/announcements. Can't wait to see y'all there. Peace be with you. Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining me today. You can find me on TikTok for daily tips to help support your most vibrant life. And remember, you are the author of your own story. Until next time.